What is up, gladiators and ogres, greenies, greenies, gladiators and ogres? Your boy JayShrek back with another video. Today we got another Plot Armor Comics review reaction to Meet Batman Superior Replacement. Yep, I memorized the title. Let's go. I know this shit died on. Make sure you stomp the like button, subscribe. If you hate school, and stomp that like button, turn on post notification, click that belly button.
He's got jokers to take
down. A construction crew to save from ink. The new Professor Pig's been carving people up. Shrieks on the streets causing trouble. After all that, it's no surprise Terry could use a break. But what can he even do to relax? He's sitting at home, alone, with an unopened can of espresso. His mom calls. Terry can't even smile as he picks it up. There's a trace of a grin when he hears her voice, but that vanishes soon. He can't see his family or his old friends. He's Gotham's only Batman now, and he doesn't want to risk anything that might tie them to him. But it's left him more isolated. There's tension between them now. They're disconnected. He's still got work to do. Thanks to his new tech support, Gestalt, the AI creatures picked up on a weird pattern. Children, a bunch of children in low-money neighborhoods are disappearing. They sneak out at night, take money, and never return. The newspapers are reporting the disappearances as structural. Sinkholes in old buildings, most recently at Fox Apartments. Old tenement building, a dead wreck but filled with those in need. But the theory is wrong. Sinkholes are random. This pattern is not. But it does give Terry a place to start. The Gotham Deep. All those old Gothic buildings from Bruce's era still lingering beneath the fancy cyberpunk skyscrapers Terry knows so well. Terry drops to the ground, pulling up his collar and taking a look around at the locals. He grabs a little goop from the ground, coating his jacket in it to make sure it looks shabby. Doesn't want to stand out. A couple of bug-headed people stare at him as Terry falls into the crowd of deep dwellers. He's here to find the kids, not to bust up the venom junkies. Terry glances up. He's reached Crime Alley. The Monarch Theater's still here, with a few people lingering around it. Genuine article. Vitamin-rich fruit. Grade A. Premium. Uncut. How much? For you, a tourist from the top side. 50 creds. Terry asks for some questions instead. First up, how did this guy know he's from the top side? The Catboy admits Terry disguised it pretty well, but the smell was a giveaway. Terry hands over 10 creds and goes for his second question. The missing kids. The Catboy tries to wave that off, insisting they have to be already gone. Even offering a higher price won't make him budge. Down here, some runaway kid isn't gonna last long. So Terry has one last question. Where did he get the fruits? Now, the Catboy's angry. Terry offers even more money, but the cat snarls at him. I'm revoking your day pass topside. Meow. Get out of my snoot. Lesson the second. Curiosity kills cats. If someone is coming to you to solve their problem, you're the one who's made a mistake. The cat wanders down an alley, still grumbling. Seeing Batman almost makes him drop his orange. The cat's ready to try and fight Batman, threatening to sick his fellow cats on the bat. But Terry calls him out. Cats groom each other. No one's groomed this guy's fur in a while. The Catboy looks deflated at that. He tries to call Batman out. He's not from the deep. He doesn't understand how bad things are down here. Terry admits that's why they're talking. He explains that it's a whole wave of missing kids vanishing beneath Gotham. He doesn't know
This
how
nigga
deep
peed on my
they've gone,
Chromebook,
though.
bro.
He
This
needs
nigga
a
gonna get
guide
his ass
to
beat.
go as deep as
I'ma
he can.
burn them like they be
Whatever it
burning
takes.
cats and
The cat meows to
the
himself.
Nazis.
thinking it
I'm
over.
telling
He
you,
wants
I'm
100
burn
creds
him.
per
My
level
dad
for
gonna
this.
be mad.
Batman shakes
I'm
on
burn
that.
this nigga.
Deal's done.
They
The
keep
two start
peeing in
heading
my
down
shit.
together. And finally, trade introductions. The Catboy's name is Kyle. Kyle Selenis 450. And what do I call you? Batman. Absolutely not. I'll sound like a total... Besides, if I call you anything, it'll be topside. Ain't that right? New suit, same smell. Batman's still not sharing his name. Kyle doesn't want to blackmail him or anything. They're just going into a dangerous place, and he wants to be sure he's got a real person at his back. That's not enough to make Terry give in. Kyle will just have to trust in the man behind the bat. Ugh, completely unshui. They've got 4 or 5 levels to get through. Kyle's not sure. But before they can get further, a bunch of gangers show up. Kyle tries to be polite with them, but their leader isn't interested. He smokes a massive cigar as he points out the old Batman's gone from the Gotham Deep. Terry isn't backing down. Neither's the ganger. This only ends one way. One punch to the lead ganger shatters his cybernetic face. Next, it's a knee to the next guy's head. Following that with a kick to the third guy's jaw, knocking him right into the fourth. But then, 2 massive tree trunk-sized arms grab Batman around the neck from behind.
The bat. I'm gonna break the bat.
Are you kidding me? You can't even make me break a sweat. That's it for the gang. Batman and Kyle keep going, talking a bit more about their pasts. Terry guessed that Kyle spent some time at the Gotham Ritz, the same juvenile prison he was locked up in once. Terry was just in for 18 months though. Kyle spent half his teen years in there. Terry. My name's Terry. Nice to meet you, Terry. Now keep up. They've reached their first exciting goal. A giant hole in the ground. This is how Kyle plans to go deeper beneath Gotham. He's obviously on edge as he looks down there, but this is the plan. Lesson the third. This one is short. There's a faint splash as the 2 guys hit the ground. Water. It's pitch black down there. Terry can't see, but he can use his suits to light up the place. They're in the sewer, one overgrown with tangling vines. With Terry's red suit lights, the whole place looks like it's covered in blood. If you ever forget lesson the second, you'll learn lesson the first. A massive arm the size of a truck grabs Terry like he's nothing. Kyle screams for his new friend, even as Batman yells at him to run, the massive monster pulling him away. In a second, the Catboy's left alone in the sewer. Death might not be the end, but there are things out there that will make you wish it was. Batman squirms in the monster's grip, trying to get free. Kyle's running after him, but the creature's already well ahead. It glares at the Batman, its eyes pure whites, inhuman. Terry hits the wall with his gauntlet, dragging it along the stone, trying to slow the creature down. The monster holds him up, but that freed Terry's arms even more. He pulls 2 batarangs, ready to stab down at the monster. Before he can though, the massive thing throws him away. Batman struggles in the water, slowly getting to his feet. Killer Croc towers over him, bigger than ever. Terry can barely stand as tall as his knee. Now, Terry knows who he's dealing with. Bruce told him about Croc. The old Batman thought he was dead, but he also thought the man could be reasoned with. Terry tries to talk, but Croc just snarls. He won't let Terry or Kyle past him. He just wants to eat them. One swipe of Croc's tail is enough to splinter Batman's wings, knocking him to the ground. Terry figures this means Croc's lost his humanity down here, but
No food for months. This tomb is mine and closed forever.
the wall. The wall has a Wayne Enterprises logo on it. Bruce built this place.
You are nothing but bones.
A massive fireball hits Croc right in the eye, forcing him away from Batman. He hears Kyle's voice calling from above. The Catboy doesn't have a second shot of fire. They have to get into the smaller tunnels now before Croc eats them. Terry fires his boot jets, zooming up with his reassembled wings as Croc starts to fight through the pain. He's not done with the hunt. The bats and the cat sprint through the sewers. Terry's curious about how Kyle pulled off that fireball trick, and he's not talking. He's more focused on getting out of here. Terry wasn't planning on leaving. He still wants to find the missing kids. Kyle figures the giant, hungry lizard monster probably ate them. Mystery solved. Now let's get out of here. But Batman's not convinced. Croc called this place a tomb. That means it goes deeper. And he's starved. He's not been eating kids. Bruce Wayne made this place. He put Waylon Jones here, and Terry can guess why. Croc's not a minotaur stalking a labyrinth. He's a guard dog, left here way too long. If there's a chance at getting through here and finding the kids, Batman has to take it. It comes with the job. Even when the last guy got it wrong, especially when the last guy got it wrong. The sewers start to shake. Kyle figures it's an earthquake. Terry knows that's not possible in Gotham. He tries to call Gestalt, but there's no signal. Kyle is back to wanting to run, but now Terry knows what's going on. Croc's forced his way through the tunnels. He's found them. Anger's made him get even bigger. His claw slams through the stone, knocking Terry to the ground hard, while Kyle dives away. Ducking and rolling, the two fall through the tunnel into a larger part of the maze. Croc is pulling himself through the cramped tunnel, staying as close as he can. Terry yells for Kyle to run, but Croc grabs him before he can finish.
Tomb is closed.
He flings Terry across the chamber. Kyle screams for his new friend. Batman skids over the water, hitting his back against a shard of rock. Now his first foe's down, Croc turns to the Catboy. Terry tries to tell Kyle to run again, even as Croc kneels, mouth open. But Kyle's not running this time. Circles of light form around his wrist as he chants some strange words. Then the light flares up, a massive ball that knocks the gigantic Croc back, forming a halo around his head. And just like that, the gigantic monster falls to the floor, unconscious. Terry needs a minute to take that in. Kyle just said the fireball earlier was a trick. This was more than that. What? Don't tell me you've never seen a magical Catboy before. Of course magic is real. Of course it is. Obviously. They'll come back for Croc. Gotham has the tech to help him now. Still, Terry's not sure Croc even was contained. He was still pretty focused on protecting the tomb. Something even more dangerous is down here, and so are the missing kids probably. Terry offers Kyle a chance to go. Whatever Bruce locked up down here, this job is going to get worse. Topside, that's the story of my life. Running's for the smart, and we're clearly not that. I'm with you, all the way down. Batman lights a flare and throws it into the ground, and gets his first glimpse at what they're up against. The Tomb of Owls. Terry looks down at the sign of the owl. He places a hand to it. The seal starts to split, opening up into a bat-shaped gateway. And once again, Batman falls into the dark. This time though, enough light comes in from above for Terry to see where he is. The labyrinth of the original court of owls. Kyle follows him down using a rope line, while Terry starts to take a closer look at the area. Bruce gave him a briefing on the court, so he knows what he's dealing with, roughly. Kyle looks at the masks still resting on the wall. They suddenly start to glow with a strange green light, enough to make Kyle jump back, terrified. This isn't magic, but this is what the garden looked like before it took the kids. Terry doesn't have time to unpack that. They're getting closer. He can hear something. Terry. The two start to run as the whole wall of mask flares to life. Hands start to reach for the bat and cats as they sprint away. Terry carries Kyle over gloopy green liquid with his wings and jets, holding the door open for his friend. Next, it's Kyle's turn to help, burning some hostile vines away with fire magic. There's a tension now. Kyle's keeping secrets. The garden, his magic. Terry's trying not to get angry, but
Friday,
he
I
wants
definitely
Kyle
want to stay
to
up
trust
for
him.
history,
But
so I can
Kyle's not ready for that.
learn.
Now, though, they're at the heart of the labyrinth. They've got something else to deal with. After all these buried years, the court is still here. All of them. The entire flock is covered in glowing fungus. It's kept them alive all this time. One figure up in the balcony points at the intruders. You finally come. Batman, so kind. He brings us a present. Terry tells Kyle to back away. They need to get out of here. Kyle's got no problem with that. The court glares at the pair, whispering and muttering. The name, the face, the guilt. The cat with all the garden secrets under his skin. And creature isn't Bruce Wayne. Not anymore. It's a creation of the garden. It's going to defend it. It's going to keep the children down beneath the earth. And it's going to unleash this twisted court on Gotham.
It's all right, Terry. You have earned your rest, and the sacrament of the garden has helped us remember our sacred quest. From now until the garden rises, Gotham belongs to the Batman.
The creature pulls itself upward on a twisting black fungal vine. Mycelium. It wants Kyle desperately. The garden wants to feed on him specifically. Terry only just manages to pull the Catboy away from Mushroom Batman's kick as it splinters the stone wall behind them. How do you know my name?
You through roots and
Spore, memories of you, fed by the garden below. Just as I have watched you, Terry, wear the cowl, take my name.
Your name? You're just an echo. A bunch of mushrooms playing dress up. He punches Terry with a quick right hook. It seems like it doesn't have the force to hurt, but then the creature's flesh shifts, warping around Terry's arm. Now he has a hold. The monster pulls Terry back, throwing his successor into the midst of the court.
I am the Batman.
The Court of Owls coo over their champion. After all these years, they're closer than ever before to finally reaching the sun. The Mycelium Batman pounds Terry into the ground with one massive fungal fist.
Do you hear, my Robins, my sons and daughters? They want to fly, Terry.
Bruce locked you down here for a reason, and I don't care what the mushrooms say. You're staying in the damn dark. The fungal bat isn't backing down, leaking green liquid as it glares at Batman. But one strong kick from Terry is enough to finally drive him back. Kyle gapes in awe, but Terry needs him to focus. Why do the court want him? The Catboy's confused, but he lets something slip. He's got his own reasons for coming down here. Terry thinks he hired Kyle, but it's not that simple. The rest of the court are closing in on them, but Kyle raises a purple shield to drive them back. You want to know who taught me magic, Topside? He was the single most cursed person in the entire damn world. When I thought I was alone, when I'd been left by everyone who ever loved me, he showed me the true meaning of the word. A long time ago, a younger Kyle was sitting in a rainy street, alone and sad, left in the rubbish. And like that, someone offered him a cigarette. John Constantine, DC's most disreputable heroic sorcerer. Older, weathered, and having lost his hair, but still very much alive. Terry's shocked. Bruce told him Constantine died years back, but Kyle explains it wasn't that simple. Every time Constantine died, he found a way back. He collected curses and damnations. John did whatever he could to keep going. Then he met Kyle. John taught him magic, but it wasn't just an act of charity. He was the first person I ever saw go into the ground. John Constantine got a final resting place, a garden of light at the end of his god-awful life. And I just got left with all his curses. Kyle coming down here was a part of a plan to get back at Constantine. But now, the Catboy regrets it. His shield is coming down. They're about to be ripped to shreds by the court, just because Kyle wanted a bit of vengeance. Guess that's life in the gutter, huh? Terry's not ready to give up yet, though. Even as the court closes in, he lashes out, kicking the creatures away as he throws batarang after batarang. But now, the court's pet Batman has gotten back up.
You missed. I'm disappointed, Terry.
The garden's monster grabs Batman by the throats.
Now, are you finally ready to rest? Are you done sharing your last secrets?
You know, I've actually got one more. You see all those batarangs? I didn't miss. The blast brings down the court's central chamber. The mycelial Batman stands there, reeling as Terry tackles Kyle away. The ground has given out beneath them. This time, they're both falling down into the dark. Kyle drops hard and fast, thrashing his hands, trying desperately to find something to hold on to. Terry has his wings out now. He's turning in the air, trying to catch his friend. And above them, the Batman dives down towards his quarry. They haven't escaped. Not yet. What other secrets of Bruce Wayne have been buried beneath Gotham?
Me and boy Jay Shrek, I'm out.